Hello and a very warm welcome. This weekend marks a special occasion in F1's history, the 1000th race in F1. Unbelievable. I wonder how many races I've watched. Must be over 400. I mean, I fell in love with this sport in 1996 and I've never looked back. I've been watching it for a good 20 years, possibly longer. But when you're 5 years old, you don't really understand it, do you? My dad got me into it, used to get me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Australia, and I've never looked back. I mean, I'm quite good with F1. I love this sport, huge passion of mine. My favourite sport, along with football. I'm quite good on history of F1. I could name you all the drivers from seasons. I could name you the past world champions. I'm quite good. I started watching in '96. Damon Hill was the world champion, the Englishman in the Williams. And then, remarkably, he got dropped and then went to Arrows. And then, this is just memories. 1,000 races. What a landmark. Who's going to be the 1000th race winner? We're going into the weekend. Ricciardo's under pressure. Gasly's under pressure. Sainz is under pressure. Giovinazzi. All these people are under pressure. Ricciardo, why is he under pressure? 2 DNFs, no points so far. Sainz, 2 DNFs, no points so far. Giovinazzi getting taken to school by Kimi Räikkönen. Gasly, his best finish so far is 8th. He's driving a Red Bull. That's suicidal. So, the most iconic lap in F1 history for me is the Monaco lap. Ayrton Senna. That gives you goosebumps. That is the most iconic lap in F1 for me. Watching that, I just wish I didn't. 94 was when obviously Senna died, and I wish I could have watched some of his races live. Obviously, you look back now on YouTube and you can watch the races, but I wish I got the pleasure to watch him live. And he easily, if Damon Hill and Jack Villeneuve are winning championships in a Williams, think how many Senna could have won. The best is Senna, in my opinion. People will say Schumacher, the record shout Schumacher. I think I'll go Senna. The drivers I've followed since '96. When I first got into it, I didn't really have a favourite driver in '96, '97. Then I started following Hakkinen. I would say the end of '97 I started supporting Hakkinen. Then I supported Mika Hakkinen. Obviously he was a 2-time champion in '98, '99. And then I started following the Colombian, Juan Pablo Montoya. And this is while English people, like people from the UK, are on the grid. I supported Montoya, Button was on the grid. I supported Hakkinen, Coulthard was on the grid. Damon Hill, people like that. But I went with Hakkinen, I went with Montoya, and then since 2006, GP2 days, I followed Hamilton till present. And it's amazing to see where he's come. 5-time champion. Who'd have thought when I watched him in GP2 that he would become a 5-time world champion? The worst driver in F1 history, I wonder who that could be. Luca Badoa, Pastor Maldonado. There's some candidates. The best race looking back. We've had some corkers, absolute corkers. 2011, Canada. 2014, Bahrain. 2017, Baku. 2012, Brazil. Vettel spins round. He's lost the championship. Surely he can't continue. He's had a big hit. And somehow the lucky stars shine on Sebastian Vettel. And he comes back through and wins. Alonso takes that Ferrari to the last race when it wasn't capable of the last race. This is why we love fire, passion, desire, overtakes, close wheel-to-wheel action. The best overtake in F1 history, in my opinion. Spa-Francorchamps, Mika Hakkinen, Schumacher go up Eau Rouge. They've got a back marker. Ricciardo's onto. Schumacher goes to the left. Hakkinen goes down the inside. They go between Ricciardo, Zonta. Schumacher's on the left. Zonta's in the middle. Hakkinen's on the right. Hakkinen pulls it off. We've seen some big moves down into Eau Rouge. Worst F1 champion, in my opinion, Jacques Villeneuve. Makes me sick that he's world champion. He doesn't deserve world championship status. So, from when I followed in 96, we got 96, Damon Hill. 97, Jacques Villeneuve. 98, 99, Mika Hakkinen. Then Schumacher dominated in the Ferrari era till 2004. Well, 2004 he won the title. Then Alonso dominated for 2 years in his Renault. 2007, Kimi Räikkönen. 3 men going for the title. Hamilton has a problem. Too aggressive into turn 4. Then he gets a problem with his car. 2008, the best title decider we've ever seen. Last lap, last corner, last race. We still didn't know who was going to be world champion. Is that clock going slowly? It is! Oh my goodness me, Hamilton's back in position. Arguably my best ever moment in F1 was Lewis Hamilton winning his first championship. From smashing a TV remote, literally throwing it as hard as I could at the wall when Vettel passed him, and he needed to finish 5th and he was down to 6th. Throwing my TV remote, busting my TV remote, and then he gets back into the position to win the championship. Unbelievable. The best race, though, has to be 1998 Spa. We'll get into that, though. 2008, Lewis Hamilton is the champion. 2009, Jenson Button in the Brawn. Then we had Sebastian Vettel dominate till 13. Then comes the Mercedes dominance in the hybrid area. Hamilton, Rosberg, Hamilton. And who's going to be the 2019 champion? Oh, I love this sport, honestly. But the best race, in my opinion, I think it has to be 1998, Belgium. Probably the most damage ever occurred on a first lap. The most cars but back then they had spare cars. So there was like 13 cars that basically, what happened was it was wet. David Coulthard got wide, slammed into one, and then it was a massive pile-up. And 13 cars were involved, massive damage, millions and millions of damage, debris going into the marshals, into the crowd. They restart the race. Michael Schumacher's dominating the race. He's miles in front, just get past David Coulthard nice and easily. Coulthard lifts off, Schumacher hits the back of him. They basically get back to the pitch, they're having a punch up. No, they're not. McLaren and Ferrari mechanics get involved and stop them. And then it's a Jordan 1-2. Damon Hill in the lead, Ralf Schumacher second. Damon Hill shitting himself. Look, I'm going to pull it to you now. If we 2 race, we could come home with nothing. But if we hold position, then we could get a 1-2. So Damon Hill basically shits himself. Jordan get a 1-2. Team orders come into play. And what an epic race that was. But it was incredible. The first lap, we've never seen a first lap like that though, where 13 cars. But luckily for them, if that was nowadays, there would have only been a 7-car race. But we've seen many big first lap shunts at Belgium. Romain Grosjean nearly taking Alonso's head off that time. That time when he just kept coming across, touched Hamilton. Carbon copy goes off. And then we had the big shunt last year. Nico Hulkenberg, massive lockup. Hits into Alonso. Alonso goes over Charles Leclerc's head. Another huge accident. We've seen a lot at Spa, to be honest. Also, Fisichella, 1998, going into the bus stop. The bus stop was different back then. Probably better than it is nowadays, to be honest. Fisichella going off into the bus stop. 1000th race. Wow. F1, remarkable. Probably the best race in the hybrid, like recently, has been 2014. I mean, the last race was absolutely epic. 2014 Bahrain, though. There was battles all over the field. Hamilton and Rosberg going wheel to wheel. I mean, if you didn't enjoy that, you're in the wrong sport. You're not a fan of F1 if you didn't enjoy 2014 Bahrain. Lap after lap, dive bombs. Rosberg gets the lead. Hamilton gets the switch back on him. Okay, Hamilton did go a bit extreme at times, but pushing Rosberg wide. But that's when Rosberg realised he gets bullied on track. And then he became an angry bastard and he was world champion. That's what Bottas has to do. Who's going to win the 1000th race? We're going into it. Bottas is currently leading the championship. Hamilton gets a lucky win last time. Charles Leclerc, can he finally get the race win he should have had in the last race? Vettel, not had a great season so far. Another costly error. Max, doing the best he can. Gasly's under pressure. Ricciardo's under pressure. Renault need to bounce back after their woeful 53rd lap. Or was it 51 lap? 50. Anyway, they both retired. 51 laps. Haas. Magnussen, where was his race pace at Bahrain? Great qualifying, shit in the race. Grosjean retires again. Sainz, double DNF. Norris has been outstanding, driver of the season. Kimi Raikkonen's taking Giovinazzi to school. Williams are so far off the pace. Have we missed anyone out? Toro Rosso, Kvyat, good first race, bad second race. Albon gets points at Bahrain. I love it. I love this sport. Honestly, passion for this sport. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I know quite a lot about F1. I mean, if you go back, like I say, I can tell. Well, I just did it. Every World Championships 1996, but everyone should know that really. From when you started watching F1, whether it was 96 like me, 2000, 2007, you should know every World Champion. I literally have all the champions as well. I wasn't looking at that when I was saying it, but look, this poster, every single helmet. 1950, this is when the first world champion, Giuseppe Farina, Fangio, Ascari, Fangio, Mike Hawthorne, Jack Brabham, Phil Hill, Graham Hill, Jim Clark, Surtees, Clark, Brabham, Denny Hulme, Jackie Stewart, Fittipaldi, Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna. Oh, wow. Can't wait. 1000th race coming up at China. And let's hope it's an absolute belter like in Bahrain. And it's stupid o'clock again. Set your alarm clocks, Jimmy. I need to be up. Practice 1, stupid o'clock. Practice 2, stupid o'clock. Qualifying in a race, stupid o'clock. But I'll be up because I'm a knobhead. And I can't help it. I have to watch it live. I think, literally, in the whole time I've been watching, I've missed one race. Obviously, I've watched the race back, but I didn't watch this race. Back then, it was on BBC, and it's not like nowadays. If I miss a race now, I can catch it on repeat. But I couldn't do that back then because it was on BBC. 2011 Canada, that 4-hour race, I missed that. Somehow. I forget. I think I may have been on holiday. And where I was, there was no coverage of it. So, on to the 1000th race we go. I can't wait. Wow, what a landmark for F1. I love this sport. Honestly, I love this sport. I fell in love in 1996. And it's been a long relationship between me and this beautiful sport. Adios! Bloody hell, that sounded bent.